How are you today?
Today is a little better than yesterday.
Oh, good to hear that.
Yes. How
Okay.
about you?
Well, I'm doing really well today. It's a sunny day, so I feel good. Thank you for asking.
Yes.
All right. So today Abe will be practicing the first half of the Toeic speaking test, right? But before we
Yes.
start, let me check a couple of things first. Can you hear me clearly? Is the sound good?
Yes, I can hear you well.
All right, good. Now, can you see what's on your screen clearly?
I can see Toeic Speaking course test of English for international communication. I can see the words.
All right, great, Sam. Then we can begin.
Yes.
So here are the speaking test directions. This is the TOEIC speaking test. This test includes 11 questions that measure different aspects of your speaking ability. In this course, we'll be doing part 1, which covers questions 1 and 2. Read a text aloud. Question 3, describe a picture. And questions 4 to 6, respond to questions. For each type of question, you will be given specific directions, including the time allowed for preparation and speaking. It is to your advantage to say as much as you can in the time allowed. It is also important that you speak clearly and that you answer each question according to the directions. So, are you ready to start now?
Yes, I'm ready to start now.
All right, let's begin. In this part of the test, you will read aloud the text on the screen. You will have 45 seconds to prepare. Then you will have 45 seconds to read the text aloud. You may begin preparing now.
Can I read loud for practicing
Yeah.
preparation? Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is your captain, James Winston. I'd like to welcome you aboard Ace Flight 713 to Toronto. Our flight time will be approximately 5 hours, and we will be arriving at Toronto Airport at 8:30 p.m. local time. Please fasten your seatbelt and refrain from using cell phones, CD players, or FM radios in the cabin. Thank you for your cooperation, and we hope you have a pleasant flight.
Begin reading aloud now.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is your Captain James Winston. I'd like to welcome you aboard Ace Flight 713 to Toronto. Our flight time will be approximately 5 hours, and we will be arriving at Toronto Airport at 8:30 p.m. local time. Please fasten your seatbelt and refrain from using cell phones, CD players, or FM radios in the cabin. Thank you for your cooperation, and we hope you have a pleasant flight.
Begin preparing now.
It is my pleasure to introduce the Summit Award recipient, Daniel Bennett. Daniel is my colleague, friend, and mentor. He has been working at our company for 10 years, and he has been recently promoted to a manager of the sales department. Thanks to his hard work, the company productivity has increased significantly over the years. And now he is the shining example of our company. With that said, it is a great privilege for me to be able to introduce Daniel.
Begin speaking now.
It is my pleasure to introduce the Summit Award recipient, Daniel Bennett. Daniel is my colleague, friend, and mentor. He has been working at our company for 10 years, and he has been recently promoted to a manager of the sales department. Thanks to his hard work, the company productivity has increased significantly over the years, and now he is the shining example of our company. With that said, it is a great privilege for me to be able to introduce Daniel.
In this part of the test, you will describe the picture on your screen in as much detail as you can. You will have 30 seconds to prepare your response. Then you will have 45 seconds to speak about the picture. Begin preparing now.
I can see three people. One is the waiter, two is a couple. Waiting is preparing to serve couple, and the couple is smiling to see waiter serve their food. The scenery at back of them is sunny and sunny, and also they are done.
Begin speaking now.
I can see three people. One is a waiter and the other is couple. Waiter is serving couple for food, and also the couple are smiling and look happy to see a waiter to serve them. Also the scenery is the shiny and the sunny, so I can see the day is a bright day, and also they can have a happy time.
In this part of the test, you will answer 3 questions. For each question, begin responding immediately after you hear a beep. No preparation time is provided. You will have 15 seconds to respond to questions 4 and 5, and 30 seconds to respond to question 6. Imagine that an American marketing firm is doing research in your country. You have agreed to participate in a telephone interview about public transportation. How do you go to school or work, and how long does it take you to get there?
I go to my work by car, and it takes 20 minutes there.
How much is the subway fare in your country?
It depends on the how long it will take, but usually 1,001 to 1,501.
What are the advantages of using public transportation?
I can reduce air pollution, and also I can reduce traffic, and I can reduce transportation fee, and also I can reduce I can save more time. There is advantages of using public transportation.
This ends part 1 of the Toeic speaking test. I shall now give you feedback regarding your answers to the questions. Alright, Abe.
Yes.
So, how do you think you did in the test?
So. It is good.
Okay, it is good. I have to agree with you. You did okay, right? In some of the things, or some of the areas that, and questions that you've answered for today's speaking practice. So remember that we've only practiced the first part. And 3 tasks, which are read a text aloud, describe a picture, and respond to questions.
Yes.
So for read a text aloud, I can say a few things about how you read the text. So, let's look back to the text that you read earlier. Okay? The pacing is good, and the speed as well. The way you pause and stop at different parts is good. But I have to tell you or comment that you have to refrain from being or sounding monotonous, right? So let's say, for example, in this text, what do you think is your role?
Sorry?
What is your role in your text? Who are you?
I am captain.
Yes, you're the captain, right?
Yes.
Of the flight. So, you have to sound accommodating and warm. So instead of saying or sounding monotonous like, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, this is your captain, you have to sound more perkier, livelier. Alright?
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yes.
say, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is your captain, James Winston. I'd like to welcome you aboard Ace Flight 713 to Toronto. Right? Put some more perkiness in the way you speak. Okay?
Yes.
And can you repeat this word, Abe?
What word? Abroad? Captain?
Again?
Abroad?
Are you sure? Yeah.
Aboard?
It's not abroad, but
Yes.
aboard. Okay, so be
Aboard.
careful how you read some of the words. So that applies for both texts. So again, be careful how you read the words, and your
Aboard.
intonation must
Yes.
sound lively if necessary. Here in this text, this is a short speech to introduce a recipient of an award, right?
Yes.
So you really have to sound excited in presenting the award to the person. Okay? That's
Yes.
important. Okay. So let's move on to the next type of task that we did. We have describing a picture. So the way you described the picture is good, but you could also try to focus on the main point of the picture. So what do you think is the main point or the center of the picture?
Table. Food.
Table, food, and
Food on the table. And
food on the
couple.
table, and the couple. That's right. Okay, so that's what you express first. So this is a picture of a couple on a date, and they seem to be very happy together. You could say it that way. And then describe them. The man is wearing a navy blue suit. The woman is wearing a necklace in a black sleeveless dress. And you did just that. And then go towards the waiter. Now, what about the foreground? What can you see in the foreground?
Foreground. I can see several.
They are the center. This is the foreground, the front of the picture, and this is the background.
Yes.
And then after describing the center, you can move on to describing the foreground and the background of the picture. Okay?
Yes.
All right. So let's move on to the next part of the test, or the next type, which you've answered really well. Answering the questions. So, the first two questions you were only given 15 seconds, so you answered them well because it was direct, simple, and clear. As for the last one, you're given more time, 30 seconds to answer, because this requires you to answer in a lengthy, or give a lengthy answer.
Yes.
Right? Okay.
Yes.
Alright, so I think, Abe, you did quite well. We could practice some more in our succeeding classes.
Yes.
And I'll give you more feedback as you answer some of our activities. So next time, we'll be discussing part 2 of the Toeic speaking test.
Okay.
Alright, Abe? Okay, so thank you again, Abe, for attending our class. Till your next practice session. Bye.
Thank you very much today.